Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and I will be the trainer for this hour for English. And we will be doing a fluency class. And each person will answer the question, "How long have you?" and whatever it is, whatever the topic is. The goal, of course, is to develop your fluency and to also possibly springboard into other discussions with your teachers and also your colleagues. So that is the plan for today. Um, how long have you? So let me quickly show you the material. So how long have you lived in this country? Lived in the city or town? Lived in your home? Been married? Known your best friend? Studied English? Owned your car? Owned a cat? Owned a dog? Owned a business? Owned your home? Been awake? How long have you smoked? How long have you dated? Studied? Traveled? So all kinds of things. I think there's a few more. Worked at your job, and that's it. So that is the plan for today. Is we'll just quickly go through a lot of different questions, and um, um, as we finish off this material. Hi, Cornell. How are you?
Hi, Holly. Aren't you better than yesterday? as I re-
It's funny.
as I recognize because your voice is very deep.
Really, because it's funny because Kako said the same thing that I sound better than I did the day before, and I actually feel worse. So um, I'm like, oh, okay. I think it's because I'm going. What is it? Whatever the infection is going down. So
Mhm.
and so, hello, Rashid. How are you this morning?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very good. So, question for you guys. Have you guys had daylight savings time yet?
Sorry, that
Have you guys changed your time?
no, I don't have changed my time.
You know, you did, no. I mean, as far as the country, has your country changed the time for spring?
No, it changed it
Was it last month?
at the end of March, I thought.
Oh, okay. Um,
Yes, you are right, Rashid.
let's see. Oh, it changes at the end of March.
Yeah,
Okay.
approximately. I don't know no punctual date for changing in
Okay.
Hungary and in Europe.
Uh-huh. Because in the States, we're changing tonight. So our two a.m. becomes 3 a.m.
Really?
Yeah. So and Anton, hi Anton, he was telling me that Russia also
Oh,
changed
I
already.
forgot. We actually last year live for in winter time. We
Uh-huh.
don't change time anymore.
Oh, okay.
I just was confused and
Oh, okay. You were thinking something different. No worries, no worries. Yeah. Okay, so the US is doing it or much earlier because usually we do it later. Okay. Huh. So, yeah, so you guys do it 29:3. So you do it right around Easter time. Okay.
Mhm.
That's good to know that in Europe it's yeah, anyway. Um all right. So, so what time is it right now for you guys? Is it 7 a.m.?
7, yes. In Hungary,
Yeah,
7.
7 a.m. Yes.
Oh, Okay, it's 11 p.m. for me now, but next week it'll be 7 a.m. for you, and it will be midnight for me. So Cornell, are you over your cold or your whatever you had? Are you better?
I am okay. I am going to work tomorrow, but
Uh-huh.
it is not my dream come true. But it is the situation at the moment. Yeah, I am looking for another one, and I
Uh-huh.
am going to job interview on Wednesday.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All right. A job interview on Wednesday. Awesome. Well, hopefully that'll work out. Hopefully it's better. So, all right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and start, and hopefully other people will come. And if not, we just have a small classes, which is always nice. All right. So, this is again a fluency class where you guys, what the goal is for you guys to what we'll all answer questions, but then if you hear something that's interesting, ask somebody, and let's try to keep a conversation going as long as possible. So the topic is a very, I would say a fairly mundane topic. Do you guys know what that means? Mundane.
No.
not.
Mundane?
What is it?
It's kind of mundane. This is ordinary.
Okay.
Every day.
Everyday, normal, everyday, um,
Come on.
not special, common.
Um,
Yeah,
mm,
it's basically so it's a mundane topic,
do
but
you,
we can make it interesting. So that's the goal for us. So is that a new word for you guys? Mundane.
Yes, for me. For me too.
Awesome. All right. So we have not wasted your time. You've learned a new word. Yay! So
And how do you write mundane?
it's on the
M
Verbling
O.
chat. Do you see it?
Let me see. Oh, I have always problems with my Verbling chat.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy and paste the Verbling chat
Thank
to um the Google chat.
you. Yeah, thank you.
So one problem when it copies and pastes, it takes a lot of the other stuff,
Yeah.
like the time and all that. But yeah, so mundane is mundane. So, all right, so let's go ahead and start. So, now, how long have you? Now, when you answer how long have you questions, you can answer it in time, but you don't have to actually answer in time. You can say, for example, instead of saying, I have lived somewhere for 2 years, or I have lived somewhere for 35 years, you can say, I have lived there all my life, and so forth. So if there's something that you have, like if a question comes up where it's been all your life, instead of actually saying your age, unless you want to, you can actually say all my life. So that's one thing. So the first question, hello Mustafa, how are you this morning?
Hello, teacher. Hello. I'm doing well. Thank you for
Uh,
asking.
Very good, very good. So what time is it right now in Iraq?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Oh, okay, it's later. It's 7 a.m. And what time is it in Russia, in Siberia, Anton? Where you are? Anton?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's te- 10 minutes. 10 minutes after 1 o'clock.
Okay, it's 1. Okay, 1, 9, 7. And then, of course, for me, it's 11 p.m. So, okay. All right. So let's get going. How long have you? So, why isn't this changing? Bear with me a moment. Okay. So, Rashid, how long have you lived in this country? And this country meaning the country that you are currently living in.
How long? Let me see. From 1976.
Uh-huh.
That's almost 40 years I lived in the country.
Almost 40 years. Awesome.
Yes.
And is that all your life, or were you
No, this
born and raised somewhere?
this that's mostly I don't know how you call it, but it's not all my life or over all
Uh-huh.
my life, but I'm 42 years old, so
Uh-huh. So you
that's
were 2
how.
years old?
Yes, I was 2 years old.
Hmm.
2 or 3 years, I think.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Do you remember life out in any other country?
No, no, I don't
No.
remember it. I was as I told 2 or 3 years old.
Uh-huh.
I
So
remember. Yes, sorry.
I was gonna say, are you one of the lucky people that got to speak another language at home, and then you spoke Dutch everywhere else, and then spoke your mother tongue at home, or did you speak
Uh,
Dutch at home?
yes, with my parents, I speak uh, my my native language, and but with my brothers and sister and the rest of my family, I speak Dutch. So
Hmm.
I can speak both
Hmm.
both languages fluently.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
Mhm.
and so a native language, you can also call it your mother tongue as well.
My mother tongue. Okay.
Mother tongue, yeah, which is another way of saying your native language. So,
Mhm.
all right, awesome. Okay, so Anton, how long have you lived in Russia?
I've been living in Russia for almost 16 years. Um, my childhood was in Kazakhstan.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. So, but you are Russian, though, or are you Ka- uh,
Kazakh,
Kazakh?
Kazakh. I
Kazakh.
don't know.
Okay, you're either one.
Well, I'm either one.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. So, did you meet Alibek yesterday from Kazakhstan?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I have met him.
In one of the classes. Awesome. All right. Um, and so I expected everybody to say all my life. So this is fun. Um, Cornell, how about you? How long have you lived in Hungary?
I have been living in Hungary since my birthday.
Okay, so all your life. So
Yes.
uh, yeah, awesome. All right, and Mustafa, how about you? How long have you lived in Iraq?
I have been living in Iraq since my birthday as well.
So your whole life. So 2 out of 4, actually your whole life. And I expected all of you to say that. So that's great. And for me, I have lived in the States for I can't even do the math. Let me see. I lived in the States for 32 years. I lived in um, Finland for 11 years, and I lived in Korea for about just under 2 years. So, you give or take a few months on that. So that's my situation, and every once in a while I think that I will not live in the States the rest of my life. I might actually move abroad again, but I don't know. Pardon me. Anton, have you ever thought about going back to Kazakhstan?
Well, sometimes I think about it, and maybe I get back.
Hmm. Okay.
I have many relatives there.
Uh-huh. You still have many relatives there and so forth. Okay. And Rashid, have you ever considered moving back to the country of your birth? And is that I don't is it Morocco or Monaco
Yes,
or
yes, it's Morocco. Yes. No, I have no, not to live there, but only to go on vacation, but not
uh
to to go there for good.
Uh-huh. Okay. And Cornell, have you ever considered moving to another country if you had the opportunity? If so, where would you go?
There was a chance to move to Sweden because of job, but
Uh-huh.
it wasn't realized.
Mm.
Yeah, due to some reason. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
in 2009,
Uh-huh.
when I was working for Yara. Yara is
Uh-huh.
a Norwegian company, but there is a smaller segment inside Yara. It is animal nutrition, and the headquarters of animal nutrition are in Helsingborg, Sweden. Yeah.
Okay. So there was a small office in Sweden
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
yeah. So if you were given the opportunity again and they say we want you in this country, would you and your wife consider moving to another country? Or will it depend on the country?
Could you please repeat it?
Yeah. Um, if you are given the opportunity to move abroad, will you, and again, if you're given the opportunity again, and the opportunity works out, will you and your wife pick up and move now that you have children, or will it depend on the country?
Yeah, it depends on many factors.
Uh-huh.
If it would be realized, I will move individually for 3 months, and after that, my family also
Uh-huh.
will relocate to abroad.
I I would suggest 4 months.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the reason I suggest 4 months is what I've learned in personal experience. It usually takes 4 months to get used to the new country that you're in. So you should always stay somewhere 4 months, and that way you'll be more acclimated by the time your family comes. So, and hello, Ken. How are you? Again.
Yes, I'm fine.
So, question for you, Ken. How long have you lived in Japan?
Many years.
Many years. Okay, so like Cornell, since your birthday.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
born in Japan, so yeah.
Okay. All right. And so, question for you. If you were given the opportunity to transfer or move to another country, would you, or does it
Um,
depend on the country?
yeah, and I've been living in Japan for a long time, maybe. And if the situation here is good and working situation or some other situation is good, I want to live in Japan.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you would stay where you're at. Okay. All right. And Mustafa, how about you? Since you've been in Iraq all your life, if you're given the opportunity to move somewhere else, would you, or would it depend on the country?
Mm, all of a sudden, like,
Hmm.
without thinking, I'll move.
You would move without
Yeah,
you in a second.
yeah, I'll move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I prefer to go like in USA or something like these countries.
Uh-huh.
Maybe because I have been there before, so I
Uh-huh.
think living in my country in this situation uh, is like difficult. Now
Hmm.
we need like a time about maybe 30 years or maybe 40 years to become like in our neighbor, like the situation in our neighbor countries, not in USA. USA is
Uh-huh.
like an ahead of us by 60 or 80 years, maybe something like
Yeah.
this.
Well,
Japan as well, yeah.
yeah, well, some other countries are ahead of the US by about 20 or 30 years. The Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Finland, and Norway,
Can
totally
you
ahead of.
can you elaborate why they ahead
Yeah,
of?
in the areas that they're ahead of the U.S. is one of the main ones that I noticed when I first moved to Finland was banking. The American banking system is very antiquated. Do you guys know that word?
No. Antiquated?
Oh, cool. I
The
two
second
words for words. The second word for you, Rashid. Yay!
Yeah, and I
Antiquated.
work. Yeah, yeah, and I'm working at the bank, so and I even don't know that word. But
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, anything can be antiquated. Antiquated means it's old-fashioned. It comes from the word antique. If you know antique.
oh yeah, yes, I know
And
it. Yeah.
yeah, so antiquated means it's old-fashioned. So when I first moved to Finland, before I moved to Finland, I had a checkbook, a checking account, and I wrote checks. And in Finland, this was in the late 90s, early 2000s. No one under the age of 50 had ever written a check. So that was, and there's still people in the U.S. who write checks, and they expect to receive checks. And in that area, it's really like very, very antiquated. The cell phone, when I first moved to Finland, of course, Finland, their first adapters for a lot of technology. They were probably 5 years ahead of the U.S. when it comes to cell phones. But of course, they had Nokia too. But those are two areas where the U.S. is 20 to 30 years behind. It seems like, it felt like. But hello, Alexander or Sasha. How are you today?
Hello, fine, thank you. Happy Women's Day to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I was informed of Women's Day during the last class, and I had forgotten all about it. So, thank you very much. Yeah,
Day?
I guess it's International Women's Day.
Yes,
So.
but I guess for you it's 7th March still. Now.
Yeah, it's still
Yes?
7th March. Yeah, I have 47 minutes till it's 8 March. So. Anyway.
Are you feel sick?
I am. I've been sick for about 4 days, so I have 3 more days. Because
Well.
Do you guys know the saying? Yeah, it's you get over. You can see. You can get over a cold naturally in 7 days, but if you go to the doctor, it will take a week. Get that? You can get over a cold naturally in 7 days, but if you go to the doctor, it will take a week. 7 days and a week are the same.
So you don't have to go there.
Yeah. But unfortunately, thankfully I figured out where my mute button was on my microphone. But okay, so Sasha, question for you: How long have you lived in Russia?
I have been.
You can say my whole life.
For my life.
My whole life. Okay. If you were given the opportunity to move abroad, would you, or would it depend on the country?
If I move or not?
Yeah. Would you, if you were given the opportunity to move to a new country, would you, or would it depend on the country?
It depends on country.
Okay.
And
Is there?
I wouldn't move for maybe for some time to work. It would be a great experience, but not for life.
Okay, so you would only move if it was just a temporary two-year position or something like that. Okay.
Maybe 5 it's okay, but the rest of my life I would prefer to spend in my country.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's go on to the next topic. So, how long have you lived in your city or town? So, how long have you lived there? And so if you can give more details. Let's start with Ken. How long have you lived in your city or town?
Pretty long time, maybe more than 10 years.
Okay. And did you move there for your studies, or why did you move to your town?
Because my parents moved to this town. That's why.
Okay. So you moved there to be closer to them. Awesome. That's exactly why I'm living in the town I'm living in, is because my mom lives here. So, Anton, how long have you lived in your town?
In my town, I live for 5 years.
And why did you move there?
Oh, it's peaceful. Yeah. It's very easy for me when peaceful around.
Awesome. All right. And Cornell, how long have you lived in the town you live in now?
I have been living this city since 2011 because I relocated here because we bought a house in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's been almost 3 years.
My childhood is 15 kilometers from here, so it is not too far.
Okay.
And it takes 20 minutes by car.
They say that most of the world lives less than 5 miles from where they were born. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, I always didn't agree until 5 years ago when I moved to less than 5 miles from where I was born. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm back. So Mustafa, how about you? How long have you lived in your city or town?
I have lived in my city about now. I have been living in my city now about for maybe 9 to 8 years. And before that, I was in the other cities. So we moved in 2006. We have moved.
Okay, all right. And so in that respect, we wouldn't say 9 or 8. We'd always start with the lower number. So we'd say 8 or 9 years. 8 or 9 years. Okay. And did you move to your new town because of work?
No, because of war.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's and Hieu?
Yes,
Hi, welcome. How are you today?
yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Excellent.
It's the first time I joined in verbal link class.
Perfect. Well, welcome. And my name is Holly, and I'm from the United States. What country are you from, Hieu? Where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam. Do you know about Vietnam?
Yes.
I'm from Vietnam.
Yes, I know about Vietnam. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. And so we have Anton from Siberia in Russia in this class, and we also have Cornell, and he is from Hungary.
Yes.
And we have Mustafa, who is from Iraq, and we have Rashid, who is from the Netherlands or Holland. And then we have Sasha, who is from Russia. So we are from all over the world, and we welcome you to Verbling. So, and all right. So, Hieu, how long have you lived in your city or town?
Oh, I live here for 2 years.
2 years. So 2
Yes,
years.
2
And
years.
okay, and why did you move there?
I moved there for the work.
For work.
For work.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Excellent. All right. And Rashid, how long have you lived in your city or town?
I lived here for almost 3 years, I think, since 2012.
Okay.
And the reason why we moved is that we want a peaceful how you call it, environment. So it was very busy where I was living. So, and the house is a little bit bigger. So that's the reason. Okay.
Yeah.
And Ollie, you are right, because my it's it's 5 miles from my other town. So
Really?
yeah.
It's funny how that is. Yeah. So question for you about, maybe other people have wondered this too. What is the difference between the Netherlands and Holland?
The Netherlands and Holland, there is no difference. It's the same. It's another word for for the same name.
Okay, so there.
Yes, I don't know in the US what they do, what do they use? Holland or the Netherlands?
We use both interchangeably.
Okay, because the Netherlands means something which is very low.
Mm-hmm.
In the Nederland, it comes from the word Nederland, and Nederland, because the town is very low, under the, how you call it, under the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's under the sea level is what we say.
Under the sea level, yes, that's
Yeah.
what I want to say, and that's the reason why they call it Nederland. Neder means very low.
And what about Holland? Where did that come from? Do you know?
Holland, no, I don't know where that comes from. But Holland is more the people from the city, they call it Nederland, and the people outside the city, they call it almost Holland, I think.
Okay.
In the Netherlands. Yes.
Yeah, because it's I mean, most countries have only one name, but then of course you have Great Britain and you have the United Kingdom. So, and there's small differences there, but not much. Okay, and Sasha, how long have you lived in your town?
I've been living here for 29 years. We moved here because my father was he was a officer in military, and we had to move to this town because here there is a military base.
Okay, awesome. So there isn't a difference. I mean, I'm sorry. I read that. So awesome. So you basically have stayed in the same town that you moved to when you were a child?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. All right. And hello, Beate. How are you today?
Hi, Holly.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Let me introduce you to everybody. Of course, you know me. My name is Holly, and I'm the one that's suffering from a cold and muting half the time because I'm coughing. And then we have Anton. He is from Russia. And then we have Hieu. She is brand new on Verbling, so, and she is from Vietnam. And then Cornell, I think you know, from Hungary. And we have Mustafa from Iraq, and Rashid from the Netherlands or Holland. And then we have Sasha or Alexander from Russia. So, and everybody, this is Beate, and she is a German teacher, and she lives in Greece, and she's been there for many years, and now but she is from Germany, so.
Okay, nice to meet you all.
So, and Mustafa, you have a question. I have been lived, or I have lived, or I have been living. Okay, as the first one, I have been lived, is grammatically incorrect. You would never say that one.
Okay.
The second one, I have lived or have been living. That one really depends on several factors, but see, I have lived. Have lived would be the present perfect, and that would be something that happens in the past that may continue to the present. And well, have been living is very similar. That's present perfect continuous, and I have not brushed up on my grammar lately. Basically, if somebody asks, where have you been living, then you would say, I have been living. Where have you lived? I have lived. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'd have to look that up. So, yeah, I have not been teaching grammar in a long time, so I apologize about that. Right. Let's go on to the next. Beate, question for you. How long have you lived in this city or town? In your city or town in Greece?
I have lived. You asked how long have you lived? So yeah, I have the same problems with
Mustafa.
with these. Yeah. So if you ask, I have lived. So I will answer. I have lived here. Yeah. In the 5th of April, I will close. Do you say 30 years?
Oh, really?
It will be 30 years. They say I will close. They say in Greek. I think it's not an expression in English, huh?
Say that again.
Yeah, I will close 30 years. They say.
It will be close to.
No. They mean it in another way. At this day, I will close this. I will make this full. So.
Oh, okay. I will close the 30 years.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we don't say that in English.
It will be 30 years. Okay.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. So, many of you guys, maybe you've lived in your town for quite some time, but have you moved? So, Anton, how long have you lived in your home?
Well as I've been living in my town. I live 5 years on my home.
Okay, so you've lived in the same place all that time, okay? And Sasha, how about you? How long have you lived in your home?
I've been living for about 20 years, and then I moved to rent an apartment.
Okay, so when did you move to the brand new apartment?
What, sorry?
When did you move to the brand new apartment?
Approximately 21, 22.
22 years ago?
No. When I was 21, 22.
Oh, okay.
So it was
all right.
Almost 10 years.
Okay, awesome. All right. And Rashid, how long have you lived in your home? Have you moved at all since you moved to your town?
In my home, I think now for 2.5 years.
Okay,
or
awesome.
3 years.
And do you live in a flat or do you live in a house?
No, I live in a house. Yes, I live in I live in a house, and it's not very it's very peaceful environment. So it's not so it's not. It has not a lot of noise and that kind of things. So I like it very much.
Okay. Right. And Beate, how about you? How long have you lived in your home?
In my home in Germany. In Germany, we changed our home with my parents very often for different reasons. And then when I was a student, I did the same. And when I remember when I was 26 years old, I counted how many homes I had until this, and that was I was 26. That was 13.
13 homes. In 26 years.
Yeah. And after that, 28 years I came here to Greece, and here in Greece I changed just three or four times or more.
Okay. So you changed 3 or 4 times when you were in Greece as well?
Yeah.
So you moved.
Yeah.
Moved around a lot. Okay. All right. And wow. So yeah, people have asked me why I have lived in Finland for as long as I did, and I was 29 years old when I moved there, and I realized that I had moved, I think it was like 22 times at the time. And I moved a lot, and I wanted to stay in one place for a while. So, wow. So I'm not the only person that's done that. So, Mustafa, how about you? How long have you lived in your home?
9 years. Right now, I have been living in my home.
9 years. Okay.
About 9 years. About no. Sorry. 7 years. Yeah.
So I have lived in my home for 7 years. Okay.
Yeah, 7.
Okay. And you, how about you? How long have you lived in your home?
I
Yeah.
Me? I live in my home for 1 year because before I live in another department, but I moved to here next to the bus station to easier go to my office.
Okay. All right. So instead of department, you would say apartment.
Apartment.
Yeah, apartment.
Apartment.
Yeah, a department is a section of your company. So a sales department or marketing department or something like that. All right. And Cornell, how long have you lived in your home?
I have been living here for 4 years.
Okay.
When we bought this house, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, and that's the reason you moved to that town. That's right.
Yes.
Was for your home. Okay, let's move on to the next one, and hopefully it's not about where we live. Okay, so many of us can say I have never been married, and some of you would say I was married for 20 years or 5 years, and some of you can say I don't want to answer. It depends on you, and some of you can lie and say I've been married since I was 18. It doesn't matter. So anyway, how long have you been married, Anton?
I've never been married.
Never been married. Good one. Okay. And Beate, how about you? How long have you been married?
I have 3 children, but I've never been married.
I've never been married. Okay, awesome. Okay, how long have you been married?
I have never been married. I have never been married.
I have never been married. Okay. All right. Like many of us, that's my answer is too. Cornell, how long have you been married?
I have been married since 2011.
2011. So when you bought your home and you moved to your town and
Yes.
you married her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My wedding was
Awesome.
in the summer, and we bought this house in end of autumn in 2011.
Awesome. So you had a very big year in 2011.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And Mustafa, how about you? How long have you been married?
I've never been married.
Okay. Oh, but you answered on the chat. I've been married. I'd like to be married in the future, but Mrs. Wright is not available now. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, but Mrs. Wright, Miss Wright will become available eventually. So Rashid, how about you? How long have you been married?
I've been married since 2007. That's now for 8 years, I think.
Okay, so you are the longest married, I think. No, I haven't asked Sasha yet. So far, you're the longest married.
Yeah.
Sasha, how long have you been married?
I haven't been married.
Okay, so I've never been married. Okay, all right, and yeah, so this one we have nothing to say because no personal experience here. So tell us about your best friend. So let's start with Cornell. How long have you known your best friend, and tell us a little bit about her or him?
I I know my best friend from kindergarten.
Okay, so I have known my best friend since kindergarten.
I have known my best friend since kindergarten, and he is my best friend now. So yeah, he's very helpful, and I always talk to him concerning some problem and everything which is happened in Hungary and in my life and in his life. So he's really my best friend.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. And Sasha, how about you? How long have you known your best friend? And tell us about him or her.
I had.
I have.
No.
Oh, had. Okay, got it.
I had known him since kindergarten, but unfortunately, he is dead. He died when he was 28. It was 2011.
Okay.
He was, I would say, the second man after my mother who I very loved. Very good person was.
All right. And instead of saying he dead or he died, a better way to say that is he passed away.
He passed away.
It's more polite way.
Yeah. It wasn't polite. Yeah, I guess. It's just a softer way of saying it that he passed away, or in that respect. So, Anton, how about you?
Well, I think I have been known my best friend from birth because we was born in the one hospital.
In the same hospital.
Okay, and we went in one kindergarten. Our mothers are friends, and
where does he live now? Where is he now?
Well, he lives still in Kazakhstan. In the small town where I wrong.
All right.
But sometimes you how I'd say. I don't know how I'd say.
Yeah. All right. No worries. All right. And Mustafa, how about you? How long have you known your best friend?
Yeah, yeah. Because you know what, like maybe sometimes you have a friend and then you break your relationships between them or something like that. So I have known my best friend since 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
4 years.
for 4 years.
So you'd say so like since 2011, or you'd say 4 years.
Okay, for
That's
4 years.
that's how it would be. Okay. And how about you, Hieyu? How long have you known your best friend?
I have known my best friend since 2011, 8 years, and now he moved to France for study.
So where did he move to? France?
France, yes.
France. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Are you going to go visit him in France?
No, I like, but I can't because I don't have enough money to fly to France. Yes,
Okay.
but sometimes he come back Vietnam to visit me. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. And Beate, how about you? How long have you known your best friend?
Yeah, I have known her when we were at school together, and then when I went to Greece, we lost the contact. We had no internet that time, and yeah, first time we wrote some letters, but after some years we lost our contact. And she's a very great, can I say sportsman for a woman?
You'd say athlete.
Sportswoman, huh? Athlete. Oh,
Athlete.
okay, athlete. Yeah, she's a very great athlete. She has more than 20 championships. She first she was swimming, then running. She is 3 times has the German championship in marathon, and she was in Osaka. Okay, and when I was maybe now. 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, I started running just for fun, to do something in sports, so to train. And I was thinking a lot of her. And today with internet, it was no problem. I gave her name in internet and I found her immediately, and I wrote her a message, and 1 week later, she was here. Immediately, she booked a flight and came to Greece, and since then, we are very close friends again.
Oh, wow. That's really neat. You lost touch and then came back. Wow, that's great. And Rashid, how about you? How long have you known your best friend?
I think I know my best friend now for more than 20 years. And he is very helpful, but also very critical at the same time. So he can give me he also can give me good advice, but we can laugh also a lot. So it's very funny. But now he's moved to Turkey, yeah.
Oh, he's moved to Turkey.
To Turkey, yes. Sorry, now he's moved to Turkey, and we have still contact, but not as how you call it, as frequent as normal. So but we have contact.
It's thanks to social media and the technology, stuff like that. Yeah. I have I've got about 4 or 5 girlfriends through the years, and one of them I met in graduate school in 1996. And when I was in Finland, the whole time we talked to each other at least once a week, and we always kept up with each other and so forth. And then I have some other girlfriends that we speak maybe once a year, and it's still the same. And for those of you who guys know, I was cat sitting. That was one of my best friends, and I've known her since I was 9. And we will not be friends for years. We'll be mad at each other, not talk to each other for years, and then we always make up and so forth. It's kind of like my drama queen friend, but she's been a friend of mine for a long time, and you always know who your best friend is if you can go to their house and take a nap and they don't care. So anyway, all right. Next one. So how long have you studied English? So, Anton.
I'm studying English for 1 year.
Oh, so I have studied English for 1 year. Okay.
I have studied
so
English.
I have studied means it's in the past and it's still going on. I have been studying, for example. I'll answer your question, Mustafa. Keep in mind I'm sick, but I have been studying with something that's happened in the past and was going on in the past. So, but present perfect is have been.
I was just about to ask.
Okay, yeah. All right. Beate, how about you? How long have you studied English?
At school, 9 years. For 9 years at school, we learned English. And after that, time by time, I used it, but very seldom. And so it's a big opportunity for me, this warbling, to practice a little bit my English and to remember some things.
Yeah.
Long time ago. But something crazy happened when I started to learn Greek, and I don't know who of you had the same experience. Learning a new foreign language makes you, in the first time, to forget the one you know. So I remember in Athens, a guy asked me for the way to the Acropolis. This was not difficult in English to explain. And I stand there and I tried to tell him, but my mouth kept open and there was no English word in my mind. Not at all. I couldn't tell it to him. Only Greek words came in my mind. Yeah.
Wow.
But after learning Greek, English came back, huh?
Oh, really? So English came back after that. You know, one of my problems when I was in Finland and I would have somebody, like my mom was here, I would speak to my mom in Finnish and I would speak to my friends in English.
Okay, I know.
You know,
yeah.
So I would get confused as to who I
spoke. Yeah.
So it looks like we are out of time today. I do want to thank you all for your participation in class today, and I hope I had a chance to practice. And I have I had to think about it a little bit, but I have studied would be something that you have done in the past, and it's continuing it down out to the future. I have been studying is something that would be in the past that was happening and progressing in the past. So that is the difference. Okay, I want to thank you all for your participation again, and have a great day. And I'm going to go to bed now.
Thank you.
Get well, huh?
Thank you. Thank you. I've been sick since Wednesday, so thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.